And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Talladega Superspeedway as we get ready for the running of the Camping World RV Sales 500. This is race number 35, our next to last race until the season finale at Zandjoltis, and we are heading into the season finale with something that we've never done here before on the NNSCRA Sports channel. This is going to be a 3 co-commentator race here as I'm being joined by non-chasers Dillon Young, Michael Norman, and Trent Dunham. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me up here in the booth.
Not a problem.
Nope, not at all. It's fun to be up here, man. I love Talladega.
Ditto.
Okay, well, we're coming into today's race with the points kind of spread out here. Adam Chambers, 30 points ahead of Cole Daly, then 6 points back to Aaron Williams Jr., 4 back to Sean Henley. Talladega Superspeedway here in especially the Trucks and Mobile One Cup Series races has seemed to continue to spread the points out. Do you think the same case is going to happen here today?
I think it's going to be different. I think this is a test for the points leader. It's to determine to see if the points leader can hang on in this race here. And if he doesn't do well, that's going to open the door for a lot of people, including who you've mentioned before, like Aaron Williams Jr. and even a few other drivers that still have a shot to win the championship. So it's for the other chasers that are behind first place in points. This is their opportunity time to see that they can get in front of the points leader and get as many points as possible.
And for me, Talladega is so unpredictable. I mean, we can see whoever's starting 42nd today win the race,
Especially in this version.
The guy starting first be involved in a big crash. This is very unpredictable. This is the wild card. I should say maybe the second wild card of the chase. The last being Zandjoltis because of how big and how many cars wide you can go. But it's going to be a hell of a race, and I can't wait to see who's going to end up in victory lane.
Yeah, just like Dylan said, a track like Talladega, this is a very, very crucial race for all the chase contenders. I mean, you can be anywhere at any time, and the big one could strike if one driver makes the wrong move. I mean, Adam Chambers, he's got a pretty big gap over Cole Daly. He's leading by 30 points, but you never know. Anything can happen. If he really gets caught up in that big one and finishes worse than 30th, that could put a lot of people back in it.
And Seth, before you continue, that this Talladega, the 2010 version, not only can they handle the 4 wide, a lot of racing can happen. So it doesn't matter where a wreck could happen. It can happen anywhere in the track. It can happen on turn 1 or 2, backstretch, or worse, even turn 3 and 4, head to the line.
Okay, I'm going to direct this next question over to Trent based on the fact that he's a former NCAA champion. We had Adam Chambers in the Mobile One Cup Series race hit hard luck by getting involved in a wreck. He lost the points lead to Sean Galligan. Does that stay in a driver's mind in another series that they're battling for the championship with? Because we know he comes in here with a 30-point advantage over Cole Daly, but is that going to stay in the back of his mind, or has he completely eliminated that from any memory?
Well, Adam Chambers, he's also take it from him. He's also a former NNSCRA champion. So I'm pretty sure that he's had those thoughts in his mind numerous times, but he can't let something like that cloud his mind. He really needs to stay focused here. I mean, yes, he does have a huge lead over Cole Daly, but that doesn't mean that he can slip up. He needs to be on his A game today.
Alright, so we're about ready to go under the green flag. They're going to be getting the command to fire the engines in mere moments. Few drivers up front here that really need good runs. One of them is Hayden Klein. He's 11th in the chase points. Really, when the season, or the chase rather, started, really things started falling apart for that 11 team. You got Eric Burton, who's been having a tough season. He's going to start on the outside of the front row. And then you got the two BK Racing cars lined up in 3rd and 4th place. I'm going to ask you guys the questions that I ask every co-commentator that I have here with me. Where at this track is the best starting position?
For me, it would be... Sorry, go ahead.
I think, for me, because it's Talladega, though, and anything can happen, I think about middle of the inside line, pretty much where about midway, about 17th to 23rd is. Anywhere in that position is a really good chance. But even though it's Talladega, anything can happen, I think 17th to 23rd in the inside line have the best chance of winning. So you might want to look at those drivers that are in there, in that starting area, that have the best possible chance of winning.
I prefer to start in the rear. Because if you can start in the rear, much like I did in the Mobile One Cup Series race, it gives you an easier chance to avoid the trouble and be around at the end. But it's all going to come down to when or where the wreck happens, and that's just my opinion, which is why I love the unpredictability of Talladega. Now over to Trent.
Well, yeah. For me, with my experience here at Talladega, it doesn't really matter where you start. The point is there's really only one place you want to be, and that's the inside line because as soon as that green flag drops, it doesn't take long for these drivers to go 3 or even 4 wide at this place, and the inside line is the most preferred line just in case a car slips up. Then all the cars, they're gonna shoot straight to the high side, and if you're stuck in the middle of that, you're gonna be a sitting duck.
Alright, well, we've gotten the command to fire the engines. These cars are going to roll off for a couple of pace laps. 29 laps of racing await us here. No idea what's going to happen. Possibly have a surprise winner here at this track. One thing I've always said about Talladega, always seems to cater to the underdog. We'll see if that's going to be the case here today. As everybody rolls off, everybody's going to be good for the start. Here is your starting lineup for today's Camping World RV Sales 500.
Boy, man, Seth, I just love getting these fries, man. Every time I come up here, man, it's just fries galore.
Yes, Andy Fox Late Model Series fries being handed out all over here in this booth. And
Huggies.
yeah, and Huggies.
Oh God.
Let's Sega with it.
Anyway, we are getting ready to go into the green flag. The lights are out on top of the pace cars, means we will go green to start this race. Let's get some picks. What do you guys think? Who's going to be the one to watch today?
It's going to be a tough one because anyone can win it. I'm going to have to say, keep an eye on the number 44 of Jake Cole. He could be a surprise pick, but don't count out any of the chasers. I'm thinking that, Jake Cole could probably be a win, but if it's not him out of the chasers, I'm really going to have to say the 24 of Aaron Williams Jr. could pull off a huge win.
All right, Michael.
Yeah, I say that 88 car. The 88 car seems to be strong on the super speedways, especially when I drove it. So I'm looking to see the 88 car possibly be in victory lane.
Trent.
Well, if I know one thing about the chase race, it's all about consistency. That's why I'm going with my teammate in the 42, John Cena Dino. I mean, fifth in standings, and he can always pull a rabbit out of his hat. I'm going for the 42 today.
All right, so there's the picks from our co-commentators, and we're about ready to go under the green flag here today at Talladega Superspeedway. The question that everybody asks when we come here is when and where is the big one going to strike? Will it take out any chasers? We're going to find all the answers to those questions out at the end of 29 laps. Field comes through the tri-oval, and the green flag is out. We are underway here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Already fanning out real quickly to 3 to 4 wide. Holy moly.
I'm going to make a prediction and say that the big wreck will happen on lap 7 and it'll be on the backstretch.
I'm going to call lap 3 in the backstretch.
Already they're starting to fan out, as you said, Dylan Young, and I saw them for a moment go 4 wide, and as you said before, they can do that here and actually make it stick.
Yeah, I've used this Talladega before, and they can do 4 wide stick, but you got to make sure you can't lean on each other. Otherwise, there you go.
Guys, I want to bring up a point. There's one thing we forgot to mention, and that's the fact that Talladega can also bring up some epic close finishes.
Absolutely, that is definitely something that could come into play here because of the fact that that start-finish line, it's not here in the middle of the trial, it's all the way down almost to the entrance of turn 1, so that extra few hundred feet can come into play.
And leading the first lap barely, it looked like it's going to be 16.
Yeah,
Nope,
they
they're
started
not,
already.
no, it was not Jordan Davis. It was... Was it
think
Napper?
it was
No,
the
it
80.
was Austin Ogo. He just barely led that lap.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was
Wait,
close.
Look at these cars, man.
His
Just
way up
look,
to the lead.
look at these.
They are
Look
4
at
by
them, how
4
they're
back there.
fanning
And,
out.
oh, they're almost 5 wide back there. They are 5 wide with Sosnowski
Oh,
and
don't
Mary
do that, guys. Hang on.
They were 5 wide heading into 3 right around this area. And how they got through there
Honestly, I think
and
it's gotta be
survived, I'm not
lucky.
sure.
Hey, guys, I do believe my pick is now approaching the front of the field there.
Yes, indeed.
Trent
And
Whitney's
look who's-
actually leading right
look
now.
Who's, look
It's
who's
actually
right
had a
behind
struggling-
that 88. That's the 17 of Cole Daly, second in the points. Remember, he's trying to cut into Adam Chambers' points lead.
Anything could happen, though. It's Talladega. It's like they say, but I think here we go. We're in lap 3. Is there going to be a wreck?
Is that an 89 or 98?
That's the 98 of
98.
Trent Whitney. And how about this? How about Tim Walsh? Trent, you talked about consistency. Tim Walsh, he's got wins at both Lime Rock, and then he also won last week at Iowa. He's got some consistency on his side, trying to pick up his 3rd win of the season.
For the record, I'd like to state out that is Trent's #1 favorite driver.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, yeah, Tim Walsh in that number 56. I will say this: he does know how to get around these tough racetracks, and if he puts his mind to it, maybe he can avoid the big one. I hope I didn't just jinx him right there, and I think he just led that lap.
I think you're correct in that. Oh, wait, someone's scraping the wall back there. Oh, we got a wreck. The points leader.
See,
Here we
what I
go.
tell you, I called it. I called it.
Nate Rogers, Richard Johnson, Adam Chambers.
And Chambers
Oh,
actually, though, looks like he got through that rather well.
Oh man,
He got a little bit of side damage, but I don't think it's a lot. But we got to get back up to that pack real quickly before another wreck could happen.
Oh, yeah,
Chambers
you know.
lucked out. But the caution's still
Hayden
out.
Klein, Matthew Rodriguez on the apron.
Oh my God, they
But
say.
here we go.
At
This
the
is the other
line,
question.
It's going to be
Here comes
Veydarvu, Dunham,
Correct.
Dylan
Here's the line.
Poteet, and I think Veydarvu got it.
Guys, I do want to point out that these guys are 4 and 5 wide. I wouldn't doubt another wreck while these guys are trying to cool down.
Oh my
It's just
goodness.
it's the product of the slowing downness that some people being overcautious and some people
Calm
not.
down.
Let's take a look here. Let's take a look from this camera angle. Looks like everybody's pretty good out right now.
Man, Adam Chambers, he completely lucked out on this.
I mean, if you look at that car, there's only some right side damage there on the 43. He looks relatively unscathed from that incident.
Yeah, but don't forget too that even the slightest damage could be costly when it comes to the aerodynamics.
Callum Wales, I believe, also got a little piece of that incident there. Maybe even Emilio Navra, not certain. And it looked like we got away with maybe a 5-car incident here, which, quite honestly, with the way they were racing, kind of surprises me.
Well, I'm just noticing here, I was 2 laps, it's 2 laps shy to when I predicted a wreck would happen. But I was close enough. But yeah, we got Rohit Vaderview leading. We got Trent Dunham in that Sega car, also in 2nd place there. It looks like Poteet's pitting.
Yes,
Got it.
got some drivers pitting here. What do you guys think? Would you want to pit this early?
I think so, just in case, you can be ready for what comes up later on in the whole race.
I would wait. I would wait a couple laps before I try to come in. But
Well,
I
I
see,
see the
I see my pick, John Sinadino, he's pitting in.
Second in
Yeah, it
points,
looks like
Cole
it's just a
Daly
fuel
decided to
strategy.
come down.
Looks like it's
Yeah.
just gas and go, or
Yeah.
maybe some drivers are taking 2 tires.
And they're probably, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because I have the radio tuned into that 88 car. She's coming in for just fuel only, and just to top off, this might be strategy on her part.
And there's Cole Daly in the 17. He's going to leave pit road, and boy, with what we saw there, maybe starting at the back might not be that terrible thing, unless the big one does break out, which I probably just jinxed it with that, but Dylan Poteet was the first of the drivers to come down pit road. He is going to come out first, but the leader under the caution flag here for the first time today is going to be... Oh, Chambers actually left pit road, so he's going to continue on. Rohit Vidar was the leader under caution. Let's take a look at a replay of our first wreck of the day. And here's a look at what happened. And this was right at the back of the pack, and I guess anywhere in the pack you can go 5 wide. They went 5 wide, and that's what caused this wreck.
Yeah, it's Sean Henley, though, back there. I think he's playing strategy getting back there. When he saw this happen, I'm sure he probably needed some huggies.
Oh man, it looks like Chambers may have gotten he may have gotten help from the 47, and I think that's what got him into Callum Wells.
And they got really close right there, and all of a sudden, bam, there they go. The 5 got some damage as well as the 22.
Yeah, Jeffrey Buckeye.
Henley probably yelled some explicit language over his radio after seeing that.
Yeah, and it looked like the 5 and the 22 got away with very little damage.
Chambers there, he's spinning. He really did get lucky being the points leader. I honestly think he might have done that on purpose just to show that he's like, yeah, look what I can do. I can spin and recover.
I'm not really sure if that's the case, but you can bet definitely that Sean Henley, I'm sure he saw that the 43 was involved in that wreck, and I'm sure that Cole Daly and Aaron Williams Jr.'s radios also, they were notified that the 43 was involved here, so Adam Chambers may have dodged a near bullet here at Talladega. He and a few others are the reason the cautions come out for the first time today. Let's go back for the restart. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. Rohit Vidaru is going to be the leader. Trent Dunham lines up in second. Barney Ward third. Zach Campbell fourth. Jacob Lawler is in fifth. Rest of the top 10 are Kyle Sosnowski, Wydus Botas, the pole sitter Hayden Klein. Then it's Tim Walsh, my bad, and Aaron Williams Jr., the rest of the top 10. Let's try and find out here where Chambers is going to restart this race. He's going to restart back in the 39th position out of 41 cars running. And really, when you look at his car, I think they may have actually even gotten some of the damage on the right side fixed up, so he may be up to speed.
Yeah, but he's also going to be behind the cars with damage, though, so unless he gets by him quickly, there's a good chance he might lose the pack.
Well, we know that Cole Daly came in second in points, 30 points back. He's not running that much farther ahead because he pitted. He's going to restart in 31st place, so still early on. There's still a lot of time for Cole Daly, Aaron Williams Jr., Sean Henley to maybe do something here with Adam Chambers, but right now I think you can safely say they're probably a little discouraged the 43 didn't go back behind the wall.
Well, still, though, he got damaged, so it can still slow him down, but that main thing is, though, he's got to make sure he gets involved again to get into the garage, and that would help him. But still, that's still at least an advantage towards people that are behind Adam Chambers.
Adam Chambers, the points leader and a 2-time winner, he knows how to hang on to that 43, so don't count him out just yet. He may rebound there in this race. You know, cars from the back, they can get up to the front within just a couple of laps. We're going to have to see once they take this restart.
A few drivers have got, or only one driver's actually gone back behind the wall. That was Jake Rogers, so we're going to get the restart on lap 9 of 29 with only one driver back behind the wall. Surprised?
Yes.
I'm somewhat surprised. I mean, you know, from that kind of wreck, somewhat.
Green flag comes back out here, and now we see an opportunity for maybe teammates to work together. The 27 and the 29 up here for RCR Racing, but looks like Trent Dunham's going to split the two of them up.
Oh man, and then it looked like Sanowski kind of fell asleep at the start a little bit.
Yeah, these cars are going to get broken up after the restart, but once these guys start racing like they are now, they're going to, as you see, they're going 3 wide for the lead here. They're all going to start to catch back up and bunch back up.
Yeah, there goes Zach Campbell already going to the inside for the lead now, taking it away from Trent Dunham.
Yeah, you know, we also have here with this race and, you know, with the past few races, a lot of drivers who know they're not going to be able to win the championship. They just go out, try and finish out the season well with as many wins as they can compile. At Talladega, Daytona, these restrictor plate races, is the reward even greater so the racing is harder as opposed to regular speedway tracks?
I think somewhat. You know, it brings a challenge, but I don't know. It's really hard to say.
We see Hayden Klein is now back in the lead here in that 11 car, but look who else is on the inside line now, going underneath Tim Walsh.
Aaron Williams Jr. there on that 24 special Pepsi paint scheme there. And take a look at the Michael Waltrip racing cars up here. You got the 44, the 56, and the 26 all up here. Michael Waltrip Racing definitely has gotten their program together. The 15's luring back there too, Jacob Lawler. So there's a chance we could see
another... Aaron Williams Jr., but another driver who really surprised me here up in this pack race. I'd have to say it's probably the 83, Austin Ogo.
Yeah, he's there on that, let's see, where's Austin Ogo currently? Yes, there he is right there behind Jordan Davis on the 16. And here comes Dylan Young on the inside line. A little bit of Ford power down there with Trent Whitney, Dylan Young, Sean Galligan, Eric Burton, Jordan Davis. That's 5 Fords right there.
Wow, it's a train of Fords.
Yeah, train. You know what I've noticed? I've noticed a lot of the cars in the back of this pack are single file. They're just riding it out back there, waiting to see if anything's going to happen, which I think it might be smart on their part.
Yeah, and this is Dylan Young's last ride in the Outback car for this season. Can't wait to see him next season. But you know, right now he just not had that season. He just missed the chase, and he's trying to show why he deserves to be in the chase this season.
And here comes speaking of the chase. Here comes one of the chase contenders about to take the lead. That's Austin Ogo in the 83.
Right behind him, James McLeod.
Yeah, Austin Ogo's a 2-time winner this season. James McLeod a 3-time winner, and James McLeod actually, one of his wins came at the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, so he knows how to get around these restricted plate tracks.
Here comes Silver Fox on the inside.
And take
There's
a look
Potey.
here. Take a little look here at Dylan Potey. Remember, he was one of the few drivers decided to pit there back on that first caution flag. He and Charles Jackson as well, and they've now worked their way up here to the front of the field.
Now they're going to fall to the back, but that's just classic Talladega right there. Go to the front, fall to the back, go to the front, fall to the back. It's just a repeated pattern until the caution comes out.
Well, speaking of caution, there it is.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness,
And
Potey.
they're-
Wait a minute. Wait a
Whoa!
minute.
Holy
Whoa.
cow.
What
Oh,
in the
McLeod
world?
was in that. McLeod was in that.
Potey is doing what?
Oh my god. Dylan Potey is defying gravity.
He is Kirby. He is Kirby, fully loaded. He is Kirby.
Kirby,
Right in
not
the fence.
Kirby.
Oh my goodness.
I've
He
never
just-
seen that before in my life. Oh, and Chambers, the points leader, was involved again.
Oh, this time it's this time
Lightning.
it's more terminal.
Wait,
Let's
where's
take a
Cole
look and
Daly?
see who
Where's
else.
Cole Daly?
Hayden
Yeah,
Klein,
where is Cole Daly? Hayden
Dylan
Klein's
Young,
in it.
James
Damn it.
McLeod.
James McLeod.
Oh my god. 4 chase contenders.
Averett, Joshua Michaels. Who's that on the
Charles Jackson.
Question now is, where's Cole Daly?
There's Mary Cole. Let's see if Cole Daly got through it. Second in points. And it appears he did. It looks like that M&M's Ford is good. He's actually up in
4
ninth
chase
place.
contenders.
For Cole Daly right there, and
Oh
even
my
for
goodness.
the 24.
24 is still in it. 42 is still in it. Oh, Tim Walsh. The momentum
Oh.
stops here. Trent,
Tim,
I'm
I am
sure you're
so sorry.
heartbroken.
Tim,
You're
I am so
gonna-
sorry.
About this one.
Richard Johnson. Dylan Potey, who was actually up at the front a moment ago. He's involved.
Yeah, he fell back to the high side. All of a sudden, he was up in the air in a matter of seconds.
Man.
There's
And the
pole
last
sitter.
lap, he crossed the line in second.
There's the pole sitter, Hayden Klein in it.
Another question I also want to wonder, too, is where is
Oh, wait a
Citadino and
minute.
Henley?
What is going on with Aaron Williams Jr.? He is
Oh
on
my
the
God.
Yeah, back
apron
end damage.
slowing. He's got damage. And I'm not rightly sure
And-
what happened to the 24.
Oh my
could
goodness.
he possibly, I don't know if this is possible, but is he possibly out of fuel? Remember, a lot of drivers didn't come in that first time. Could he possibly at this point be out of fuel?
He is only
I don't
20
know.
miles an hour, and he does have some back-end damage. So,
Do you think maybe some cars ran out of fuel, then it just got hooked? Maybe that's what caused that big one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I
Maybe.
just saw coming down pit road the 16 of Jordan Davis, hood completely crunched up on that machine. I'm almost wondering if maybe they backed up under caution.
Oh my goodness! And how many chase contenders was in that big one? 4,
I think
5?
I counted about 5 of
about-
them.
Oh my goodness!
And look who's also in this pack that made it through is John Citadino, 5th in the points. This is probably his last chance to probably get as many points as possible on Adam Chambers, and this is big for Citadino.
Yeah,
He's got to get every point possible.
Citadino made
championship.
Yeah, Citadino made history in the NNSCRA by becoming the first ever 4-time winner in a single season. However, besides those 4 wins, he is 51 points back from Adam Chambers in the standings, so he still is not mathematically eligible for the championship. As you said, today could be the day, and a few drivers did stay out after that. It looks like about 10 of them did, and looks like most of them...
Sean Henley, who's there 4th in points.
Henley stayed out there. I'm trying to look further back here.
Trent Dunham, I see, the 14.
Matthew Rodriguez. Sean Galligan is the current leader, and I'm also a little skeptical about this because I'm not certain, I can't say this for certainty, but I don't know if any of these drivers actually came down under that first caution. Maybe they did.
And I just realized something. Where's Aaron Williams Jr. in the track?
Yeah, Aaron Williams Jr., well, he has made it to pit road, but I do not know just exactly if he teleported to pit road, had to be pushed to pit road, or if he got there under his own power, but
I think he had to teleport to pit road.
I'm almost certain he probably got hit from behind by Jordan Davis. Don't know, but we got a lot of replay stuff to look at, so let's go to it. Here's a look at what happened, and this was right up at the front of the field.
Looked like the 20 got the 10.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
he did.
And then, oh my god, there's Poteet up into the catch fence and just literally rode up in the catch fence. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I've never had.
Is Dylan Poteet's nickname Herbie by any chance?
He's Hoiby. And
Other
here's the
calls
rest of the
off,
carnage.
Funk, Michaels, McLeod. I believe Pichu got a piece of it.
Oh, here comes Mary Cole. Oh, she just got through, but I know she had some damage from something. We'll have to find out where her damage came from.
I think it was Mary Cole that ran into the back of Aaron Williams Jr.
Uh-oh, I just realized that.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, wait, we had another incident take place after that wreck, I think.
Off Mason, and there's where Mary Cole.
Oh, yeah,
I
look at
think
this,
got
look at this.
involved.
When that incident took place, these guys were all down the apron trying to avoid, and we had a follow-up wreck. Ralph Mason clipped the apron, came right up into Jordan Davis.
And that happened right in front of John Citadino. Wow.
And Sean Henley and Cole Daly.
Oh man, 3 chasers missed that up close.
And we're going to see here in just a moment the 87, what goes up must come down. That's usually what happens here with restrictor plate tracks, and I think this is where a lot of the hard hits are going to start taking place.
Oh, tell me he's going to go and get a early.
I would like to apologize for that. I had an important business call.
Hey.
I had to step out real quick.
Okay, it wasn't Mason.
Oh man,
Who in the world was it?
was it Austin Ogo?
I'm not
no.
really certain. Let's find out up here with Aaron Williams Jr. what exactly transpired, because we know he was slow.
He already had the damage coming out of turn 2.
Well, look at
He
this.
just randomly ran out of fuel.
Yeah, he just all of a sudden dove for the apron. I'm not rightly sure what exactly happened internally on that 24, but he felt something. Apparently, he went right down beneath that double yellow line.
Something probably in the engine or something that cut the fuel off.
That is a tough break for Aaron Williams Jr. I don't know if he probably I would think would be able to get back out. He'll probably fall a few laps down to the leaders though. So that's a tough break for him. And looking at currently what our points were, the drivers came in 1st, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 12th. All were involved in that. That was 6 chasers involved in this big one.
I think the biggest loser of that's going to be probably Adam Chambers, but if not the points leader, I think I'd have to say it'd be Dillon Poteet. That just ruined his chance right there.
That really did, you're right, and a lot of drivers who actually were trying to use that fuel strategy to get themselves up to the front, like Dillon Poteet and Charles Jackson getting caught up in this, and boy, that's the worst place you want to have the big one start, is right up at the front of the field.
That's a tough break right there.
Absolutely. With something that happens in the front of the field like that, it knocks everything out of proportion.
Well, we
Like
are.
I said in the beginning of the race, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're gonna be a sitting duck. And unfortunately, Adam Chambers, he was a sitting duck, and most likely he's gonna DNF from this event.
And we're going to have to see where he DNFs too, because we know Cole Daly made it through. We'll have to see if Cole Daly may be able to take the points lead. It's going to be close because it's 30 points he's going to have to make up here today, but it could be done. We are now past the halfway point. Let's head back to green. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Sean Galligan and Sean Henley, the two Seans, going to lead the way. Aaron Williams Jr. is going to be able to continue here. He comes on the inside line. He is currently scored only one lap down to the leaders, but a lot more drivers back behind the wall now. Jordan Davis, Emilio Navarrete, Joshua Michaels, Dylan Pote, who took that wild ride in the catch fence, Charles Jackson, James McLeod, Ralph Mason, Dylan Young, Tim Walsh, Hayden Klein, Mary Cole, Richard Johnson, and the points leader Adam Chambers finishes the day in a dismal 41st place.
Ouch.
Not what he
Now
wanted.
everyone's going to wonder that question, what's going to happen with Cole Daly in the 17?
Well, I can tell you right now that according to our live points, in order for Cole Daly to be the points leader, he has to finish this race in the top 10. If he finishes 11th, the points lead would be tied between himself and Adam Chambers. Right now, Cole Daly, I believe, is
Cars
inside
the
the top 10. He is currently in that 10th position.
I think I saw 2 cars in the apron there.
I think those two just made pit stops, Eric Burton and Callum Wales.
Yes, they're trying to get back in line.
Here's the top 10 as we go back to green. Sean Galligan's the leader. Sean Henley is in second. Matthew Rodriguez third. Trent Dunham fourth. And Kyle Sosnowski fifth. Then it's Madison Sieber, Jake Cole, Trent Whitney, Waido Savotas, and Cole Daly in 10th. Let's talk a little bit about the defending champ, Sean Henley. Winless this season, yet he still made the chase and he still is mathematically eligible for the championship. Is Talladega the place he really needs to break out and get a win?
I would say,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Henley's won races at Daytona, but they weren't a point-paid event. So I think he would come out and surprise people by winning this race.
Getting ready to go into the green here on lap 18 of 29. That should give us a total of 12 to go, and the green flag is out. And Trent, you won a championship. You know how critical those extra 5 bonus points with each win you get, how critical they are as far as whether or not you're going to be the champion or going to finish second for the season.
Extremely critical. I mean, 5 points may not seem much, but when it comes down to it, like whether you get a bad finish or a good finish, that could really help you out in a bind.
And here comes Sean Henley. Look at the inside of Sean Galligan. He had no drafting help, though, so he's going to have to stick in line.
No, man. And Aaron Williams Jr., that 24 car, Chris, too slow. He just got forced on the outside, and I see.
Oh, we got pit stops. Some drivers are pitting.
Oh, wow. How come they didn't pit?
Go for the Sean, support.
Caution.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why didn't they take the opportunity under caution where they wouldn't lose much track position? This could put them in danger of maybe going a lap down or something.
I think for Galligan, he was just trying to lead a lap. I guess it was simple as that.
And it looks like they all went with just fuel-only stops here, too, so...
This could be a strategy on their part. I mean, remember, don't forget about those who didn't pit early.
Good point. I mean, we do have a total of about 10 laps to go when they hit the stripe. So if these guys go into a long green flag run to the end, maybe, just maybe, those guys have just gotten inside their fuel window to be able to make it to the end, as a few more going to peel off. Madison Sieber and Jake Cole.
And the guys who pitted on the lap before, they better hope that they don't really get caught a lap down, because you know the speed difference on Talladega between the pit road speed. The pit road speed is only 55 miles an hour, while on the track you can go over 200 easy.
I think that the big factor that we saw there, though, Trent, was maybe the fact that a whole bunch of cars came down. They'll be able to get back into a pack and maybe, just maybe, produce the same amount of speed as the lead cars.
And
Well-
ironically, the two Johns are working with each other.
Yeah, there goes that whole concept of a big pack, 2 cars working together, and those 2 ended up pitting about 2 laps ago. Yeah, they're all spread out here for these drivers that actually...
Does everybody? Sorry, I had looked away. I wasn't paying attention. So, did the other group make pit stops now too?
That's what I'm trying to find out here. I believe...
Doesn't look like it.
Who is the leader right now? They're saying that the leader is Derek Reed in the 13. So let's jump up to him. There he is. Okay, so these are the leaders right now. And they're coming up on these cars. Oh, wait a minute. Caution's out. So that may have just saved all those drivers who just pitted.
Oh boy.
Lucky break for Jake Cole and Madison Siebert there.
And it looks
It's gonna
like...
trap a lot of cars a lap down too.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm not sure. I think maybe everybody that actually pitted may have stayed ahead of the leaders. And I
Or the
think...
caution come out
Oh, wait a
before.
minute. Is there damage? There is, I think, damage to second in the points, Cole Daly.
Are you kidding me?
I think...
I saw a little bit of damage to James Silverfox as well on the right side.
And maybe, just maybe, Danica Shirley, I think she's got a little bit of right side damage. I don't know if she got a piece of whatever that was, but boy, Talladega's just not playing nice with these points, with these chase drivers.
Yeah, but it looks like Cole Daly's is not that internal or damaging. Just looks like it's just some right side damage.
Driver on the apron, Eric Burton. I don't know. Oh, apparently they're having trouble getting in line here. Jacob Lawler, Roja Vidar, Zach Campbell can't seem to figure out where they belong here in this running order. But we are under the caution flag once again. Could possibly be for the, well, maybe the final time today. We're still going to have probably about 5 laps to go when we go back to green. But, whoa, Jake Cole, Madison Sieber full speed ahead. That was a little close. As the leader under the caution flag is going to be Derek Reed in the 13. We have a total of 8 to go. Let's take a look at what put us under the caution once again here today at Talladega. Well, another caution, another incident right at the front of the field. This time, the lap car of Aaron Williams Jr. comes into play.
And ironically, that was the same turn as the last caution.
I think that was James Silverfox made the contact there. Turned Aaron Williams Jr. down to his teammate Danica Shirley, and Cole Daly just had absolutely nowhere to go. He just boxed in up there.
Yeah, that's going to be a lucky break there for the guy who retired out of the race, Adam Chambers. That's a sigh of relief right there.
Yeah, I mean, take a look right there. That's second and third in points, Aaron Williams Jr. and Cole Daly. So, yeah, you're right. That is going to be rather relieving sight there for Adam Chambers, who DNF'd
Taking out
earlier.
speaking of second and third, taking out second and third in the actual race too. That James Silverfox did.
Yes, you're correct about that too. Yeah, Danica was running in second place. I think Cole Daly was in third. So we're going to have to see if Cole Daly's going to be able to continue. What do you guys think? Could or should they try and see if they can keep that 17 car out, damaged or not?
Yeah.
Well,
Get every point possible. Otherwise, there's no shot at winning the championship.
in the 17, all he really did was just get boxed into the wall. He doesn't really have that much damage. They could easily fix that when he comes down pit road. I think he still has a chance.
And I don't know if you guys noticed it right there when 7 and 24 were trying to get themselves righted. I think those two have a little bit of temper split in there. I don't think Aaron Williams Jr. really appreciated getting turned right then.
Oh boy!
In the way he was in the way, but still Silverfox probably should have let off.
All right, we're going to go back to the green flag, see what kind of stage is going to be set here. Boy, we have the season finale coming up, but we still got a great finish to this race coming up. We're going to have to see what's going to be the finish of today's event as we head back for the green flag. When we go back to green, it will be a 5-lap shootout to decide today's race. I'm pretty sure if the caution comes out at any point, the race will end under the caution flag. But of course, we've had a lot of different pit sequences go on, so some of these drivers up here at the front may actually not be able to make it around for the checkered flag. This is the way they run. Derek Reed is the leader. Jake Cole is up in second place after he and Madison Sieber did that pit strategy. Sieber restarts in third. Fourth, George Roque. Roja Vidar was actually a lap down in 23rd. Zach Campbell's a lap down in 24th. Jacob Lawler's going to complete the top 5. Then it's Eric Burton, Danny Wells, John Cittadino, Anthony McCrory, and Alex DeMarco is going to complete the top 10.
It's going to be interesting there just to determine how the lap cars are going to play, are going to determine how the playing field will be.
Trent Dunn lost a lot of spots too, though. He was up at the front. He was running up at the front a lot. Now I think he's behind that the 88 machine.
Yeah, I think actually we have a little bit of time. We can go through the rest of the running order here for who's going to be around possibly for the finish of this race. Austin Ogo, he's going to be restarting in 11th. Jeffrey Buckeye, we saw him get involved in an incident, get spun around there with Adam Chambers on the very first lap, I believe it was, or maybe it was lap 5. But he's going to restart in 12th. Callum Wales is going to be 13th. Matthew Rodriguez is actually a lap down in 25th. Trent Whitney also a lap down in 26th. 14th place will be Pichu London. Danica Shirley 15th. Sean Galligan will be in 16th. 17th Sean Henley. 18th Kyle Sosnowski. Trent Dunham 19th. Barney Ward in 20th. And then the final 2 cars that are on the lead lap are 21st and 22nd. They are Whitus Avotas and James Silverfox. So right now, by the look of it, Cole Daly has gone behind the wall and Aaron Williams Jr. That is indeed the case. They've gone behind the wall, both of them. So now there are 2 chasers that are still mathematically eligible for the championship in this running, Cittadino and Henley. We're going to have to see if they're going to be able to work their way up to the front as the green flag is up. What do you guys think? 5-lap shootout. What are we going to see?
Well, with Henley, Henley was only 4.
One at a time, guys.
Oh, go ahead, Trent. You first.
Now this comes into question. Now I don't know if some guys at the front stayed out. When we see when we did after the last restart, some cars coming down pit road. I don't know, the cars that we saw at the back. We know for certain that they took a piss out.
I wouldn't be surprised towards the end if Cittadino and Henley work with each other, so that way they could be eligible to win the championship. I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you really think that could happen? 2 chasers trying to close in on Chambers' points lead working together at Talladega. That actually does seem rather plausible.
Anything could happen, though. Welcome to Talladega.
Here comes Rohit Vidarvo. He's actually a lap car here, and this is a big thing, too. We saw quite a few drivers, about 5 or 6 cars, are off the lead lap. Do you work with a lap car to try and get to the front?
That would probably be your best bet, but as I was trying to make
get any strategy to get that win.
Trying to make a point before, though, Sean Henley is only 4 points behind Cole Daly. So if he can finish in the top 10, he will definitely be more closer up in the running for the championship.
Well, I have a
feeling.
feeling.
Sometimes you gotta do anything possible to win the championship, or close in on the points leader. You gotta do anything, whether it's lap car or even a fellow chaser. You gotta do anything.
I think
and
that
Henley, he's gotta make sure he moves his way up as quick as possible. Otherwise, he's doomed.
And I think that these guys back here from Galligan on back may have gotten held up behind a slower car because they're in the second pack here, but there are going to be, right now, a total of 3 laps to go. Do you think that's enough time for pack number 2 to catch back up to pack number 1?
I don't know. It's going to be really hard to say.
I think so, but it'll be difficult to make a pass and get to the front in time.
It's going to be close.
He's coming back up for the lead.
I can tell you one driver that we know for certain is probably going to be able to make it to the end because she pitted on the very lap that caution came out, and that's Madison Siebers. So right now, she's showing off those. I don't know if she even took tires, but right now she's showing that she can make it the rest of the way, so she can race 110%. How about some of these other guys, though, that maybe question marks could be over? Derek Reed there in the 13. Do you try and save a little bit, or can you save fuel here at Talladega?
You can save fuel. You just got to make sure you stay in the draft there as much as possible until the last moment. But there's one chaser I'm actually surprised who is in this pack that could still possibly get a win. We haven't even talked about him all day. That's possibly Anthony McCurry.
Yeah, right there, Anthony McCurry, who, as a matter of fact, if you remember a little bit of restrictor plate history, I believe it was the Summer Daytona race. He ended up winning a race where everybody dropped like flies due to fuel strategy, and he's up here now inside the top 10.
Anything can happen, though. Anything can happen. If they're going to get ready to come to the white flag, anything, anyone can win out of this pack.
And I think, I think that second pack, at least Sean Galligan, he caught back up to this first pack, and they're going to go 3 wide for the lead.
This is it. Here we go. White flag.
White flag.
Oh, they're going to go 4 wide.
In the air.
Behind them.
Burton, Roke, Derek Reed. They are 3 wide, and here comes Trent Whitney 4 wide for the lead.
Whitney, I think, wants to get up this season, but he wants to end it out in the bang with the win.
Trent Whitney's been having a dismal season. He's a former Daytona 500 winner. So he's out in front right now, but here comes Matthew Rodriguez and John Cittadino.
Oh,
John Cittadino, will he make it 5 times?
Gonna have to see as they come through turn 4 for the final time. Remember, the start-finish line is at the entrance of turn 1, not here at the
Whitney?
middle of the tri-oval. Here comes Cittadino looking low. Oh wait, Whitney's a lap down car. He's not battling for the lead. It's between, no, it's John Cittadino. And he wins.
yeah!
5-time winner.
Take that, Jimmy.
I didn't even look up at the top right to see that Trent Whitney and Matthew Rodriguez were both lap cars. Cittadino was the first car on the lead lap when they came into turn 4.
John Cittadino has now made NNSCRA history as the first 5-time winner in any NNSCRA series.
What did I
Holy
say?
holy cow.
I told all of you, John Cittadino, he has what it takes to become a Snickers Cup Series champion, and he will take that momentum into St. Joltis.
Where did Henley finish?
Let's see where Henley officially finished this race. 13th place for Sean Henley.
Wow. I'll
So,
tell you something.
If
Cittadino-
an 11th place by Cole Daly would have tied it, Henley might be about maybe 4 or 5 points out of the lead.
I'll tell you something, though, for John Cittadino, I think this is going to be a huge deal for him because he's going to be celebrating, and he's making more NNSCRA history each and every week now. This is unbelievable. I am speechless.
And let's go back to the conversation we were having around the middle of this race. You win the race, you get 5 bonus points. So not only does he get the 42 points for winning this race, but 5 extra points added on to be able to try and cut himself into the mathematical eligibility.
47 points total.
Wow.
And Cittadino taking that victory lap, he sure deserves it. I mean,
How far back?
Far behind him was the car he was bound for the win.
How far back was Cittadino from the points leader?
Cittadino came into today's race 51 points back. And we know
And he
that
just got
Chambers,
40. And he just got 47.
and we know that
And no,
Chambers
man.
ended up finishing 41st place.
so
That is-
Cittadino, he didn't get enough points to take the points lead, but he's gonna be pretty close. I believe, according to my calculations in my head, he's either gonna be either 3 or 4 points behind Chambers.
Well, as a matter of fact, we
Him-
actually do
him and
have the
Henley may be tied.
calculations of who is going to be how far back and still eligible for the championship heading to St. Joltis. We're going to tell that in just a moment. First, we're going to give the official top 10 results for today's race. Cittadino wins. Danny Wells is going to come and finish second. I don't think we talked about him at all today.
No, he was been very quiet the whole race, and he came over finishing second. Surprised a lot of people, including me. The one guy who surprised me out of that whole entire top 10 has to be the number 15 car right there. He actually surprised me at all.
And look at the Michael Waltrip racing cars. We talked about how they were up at the front at the beginning of the race, the middle of the race, 4th, 5th, and 8th for the Michael Waltrip racing machines.
They had strong cars right there. And also, don't forget, Sean Galligan ended up 10th right there. That's an amazing comeback for the 21 team.
Absolutely incredible, and not much of a surprise either for Galligan, because remember, he ended up finishing 3rd in the Moment Cup Series race. But let's take a look and see where the rest of our chasers ended up finishing this race. Austin Ogo, he'll finish in 12th. We told you Henley finished 13th. Barney Ward in 14th place. Looking a little bit further down, we have to go quite a ways down before we find Aaron Williams Jr. and Cole Daly, who finished 27th and 28th. We're going to have to see if mathematically they are still eligible for the championship. Poteet, who took that wild ride in the catch fence, he'll finish in 32nd. James McLeod in 34th place. And Hayden Klein will finish in 38th. Mary Cole in 39th. And, of course, the big story coming into today's race, Adam Chambers, 41st place. Now it is time
But now
to
we
find
know
out.
that McLeod and Poteet for Tweenix, they're done for the season because I guess they're mathematically eliminated. But now Cittadino, possibly Henley, and don't forget about Cole Daly and Adam Chambers. They're possibly going to be the big contenders for the championship from what I'm
Yes, as a matter of fact, this is what we've got.
what I'm guessing there.
This has been an exciting race coming down to it. I mean, just where everyone's finished, and now as we're getting ready to calculate the points. I mean, this has made pretty much my day with this race. Was pretty epic in my opinion. What do you think, Trent?
Oh yes, and especially like where they're going for the season finale, Zen Joltis. There's no way you can determine a a set champion yet. It hasn't come down right to the end.
Absolutely, and I think right now Utica's going to be celebrating for their driver right there. But now the question is this for Utica and even for Citadino.
Yeah, I may head
Can
over to
he
Utica.
come?
It's only 2 hours away. I may head over there for that party.
Yeah, can he come and all of a sudden prove a lot of people wrong and end up winning the championship? I don't know, but if he does, I'll give him a lot of credit because this has been a Cinderella season for that 42 team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that regardless of whether he wins the championship or not, this is going to be definitely a rookie season. John Citadino is going to be able to look back on and with pride. But we have compiled up the points. We know who is going to still be eligible to win the championship heading into Zandjoltis. According to our point standings, 6 drivers are still mathematically eligible to win the championship next week. Adam Chambers, regardless of his 41st place finish, will still be the points leader heading into Zandjoltis. 6 points back, that's where you're going to find John Citadino, who has moved from 5th to 2nd in the standings. Then 12 points back, that's the defending champ, Sean Henley, 3rd in points. 4th in points will be Cole Daly. He is a total of 16 points back. Then Aaron Williams Jr., he had his hardships today, but he's going to be 5th in points, a total of 23 points out. And Austin Ogo is the final driver mathematically eligible to win the championship, 6th in the points, a 2-time winner. He has a total of 36 points back from the points leader. So, guys, I'm going to ask you, you're not in the championship picture, you're from on the outside looking in. Who do you guys think out of those 6 drivers is going to be the champion next week?
I guess I'll start. I'm going to say honestly, I really think Citadino is going to close the deal and he's going to win that championship. I think he's really going to make more history, and you know what? I think I've made my time in history, but I think Citadino is going to keep going with history. He's going to make sure he wins, and he's going to win a championship.
I've made my fair share of NNSCRA history as well. And, what was my history? I forgot.
Well,
Oh my god.
You were the first person
Yeah, that
in the
epically
shortest
failed
amount
on
of
that
time to
part.
win a race in all 3 series.
That reminds me. Well, I think my pick is going to go to the former champion Sean Henley. I think he's going to be able to pull it out and go 2 in a row for championships.
How about you, Trent?
I really don't know. This is gonna be one of the hardest. It's gonna be one of the hardest picks I've ever had to make in an NNSCRA race. I mean, this is for the championship. I mean, yeah, it's a really close. But if I had to pick, I don't know. Citadino, he's gonna have a lot of momentum, and I think Chambers is gonna is pretty much just gonna use this race as a mulligan. So my pick is gonna be Adam Chambers.
All right, so the top 3 heading
What
into
about
next
you, Seth?
Myself? Boy, put me on the spot there. Thanks, Michael. Well, I'll tell you, with the previous history of both Adam Chambers
anytime.
and Sean Henley being champions, I really think that they've got good advantage. John Citadino's got a nice advantage there as well, but I really think that with those drivers being up there atop the standings, the pressure's going to be on them to try and stay out of trouble. I think that you could possibly see somebody like Aaron Williams Jr. try and go all out next week. What's he got to lose? He's farther back than these other guys. He's just got to go out there and try to win. I think that being farther back in the standings may actually be an advantage as to the mindset you bring going into the Zandjoltis race. So I'd have to say, I think Aaron Williams Jr. may be in the catbird seat as far as mentally heading into the season finale.
It's going to be an interesting one, though.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Oh, sorry. It was going to be an interesting one though, finale. I think this is going to be the best finale we're going to head over for any of the seasons here, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this race. I certainly hope the guys that joined me here did. I know I did a lot. Hope that you guys enjoyed this race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today, and be sure to subscribe to these 3 guys here who joined me for the first time ever in a 3 co-commentator race. Dillon Young, and Michael Norman, and Trent Dunham. All three of their channel links are in the description. Be sure to subscribe to their channels for some great NR 2003 racing leagues over there. And heading into Zenjoltas, here comes your official finisher results, overall point standings, rookie points, and your chase points heading into the season finale at Zenjoltas. Once again, guys, want to thank you for joining me today.
Get some damn huggies.
Thanks for having us. And Michael stole my catchphrase, Saga! That's how you do it.
You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.
I just bet.
Buggy!